Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I'm taking a first impressions look at Megaquarium, a game that I've been decently excited about for the last month, because I didn't know it existed before that, but I saw a trailer and I was like, yeah, I'm absolutely gonna get that. It is a management game about managing an aquarium. The big aquarium, not the kind you keep in your house. Alright, so from what I understand, Sandbox is kind of the main gameplay of this game. However, the campaign is essentially I think it's 10 levels that teach you all the mechanics of the game, so you are meant to play the campaign first. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, building a small aquarium. Complete the objectives. Alright, so hand camera, orbit camera, zoom, and hover over info button. And return to home. Okay. So there's a lot of UI on screen, probably too much, or at least it's kind of too large, but that's alright. Alright, so we have a long list of things we need. Basic tanks, basic filter for each tank, a basic heater for each tank, azure demoiselles, decorations, an orange pellet dispenser, tool station, hire an aquarist, and open your aquarium. Alright. Let's see here. Basic tank. Do I need to change the size of this, or is it just kind of like one? This looks like it might just be one size. So I guess we'll put these just kind of in the middle. So we got those. Wonder what that there. Oh, that's the capacity. Okay. So we put 8 fish in there. So filter power 16, reliability 95. Alright, this is going to be a very sloppy aquarium, and all of the equipment is just going to be out in the open. I know part of this game is actually about designing your aquariums to, you know, kind of hide this stuff, like an actual aquarium does. Alright. So, azure demoiselles, prestige points, ecology points, and size. Okay, so the size is tied to both how many you can put in and how much it affects the water quality, which is kind of a decent simplification of how that works in an actual aquarium. Needs orange pellets, requires water quality of 50. This is another thing. You can actually go down into like a first-person camera like this if you zoom in enough. So I think this pauses the game. Or the game is just paused. Alright, well, let's add in some more. Where's our money? I haven't actually been looking. Okay, it's at the bottom left. What an exciting aquarium. We have 2 tanks with the exact same fish in them. So, plants. Okay, so tool station, I guess, is where our people go to repair stuff. Though I'm not sure an aquarist would be the one using that. Oops. We don't really have much in the way of decorations right now. So I think this dispenser... Yeah, it looks like this is just where they go to get food and they have to put it in. Alright. Now, what I don't know, I haven't actually been looking at the controls or anything, I've just been going by the UI, is how to hire people. Bottom right of the screen. Okay. This is the only person that we can hire. Oh no, there's also Harry. He worked in an aquarium shop. She just had her own aquariums. Still don't actually know how... Oh, let's fast forward. I don't know how I seem to have paused the game. Or if it's just paused because it's the, you know, the level. So open your aquarium. Button at the bottom of the screen. They give you some money. They reward you with ecology points, which you can use to unlock new animals for your aquarium. So there's a decent number of species in this already. Okay, so you kind of like research species, it seems, with this ecology stuff. An orchid dottyback. So at the bottom left, you can see how many ecology points we need. She's like, wow, I looked at those, I looked at these. Now I'm gonna walk over here. So, there's a bit of an odd visual style to these people. I don't think they look the best, but at least they're kind of stylized, unlike the Jurassic World Evolution ones that are just gross shiny people. Okay, so we unlock the dottyback. Pause the game. Yep, spacebar, as it should be in these kind of management games. Expand your floor space. So we can just somehow... Oh, is that not the 4 tiles up there? Oh, on the left side. So expand, and I guess we don't have any sort of building limits, we can just knock down the wall and put some more floor in. Okay, and we can actually transfer species. Build a large tank. Okay, well, let's make the floor a little bigger then. Okay, so this isn't exactly what I thought, but I can just do like that. And that's as much as it would let me drag it, so I can't make it even bigger than that. Okay, so just hit M. Okay. Put a filter and a heater. So if I had an even bigger tank, I would need multiple heaters. Animals care requirements. The half and half chromis. Okay, so yeah, this actually does have more requirements than, again, to bring it up, Jurassic World Evolution. Because, hey, look, they actually, well, I suppose that's technically in Jurassic World Evolution because of the social requirement, but here they actually do need groups. And there are other requirements, like certain species actually need other species that they cohabit with to survive. So I'm glad to have that extra layer of complexity. I was a little worried this game would be too much of the economic side of running the aquarium, since this is the same developer as Big Pharma, but it seems like there's a decent amount already in here for species care. Okay, so we need a new tank. So we're gonna need to expand the floor space. And I'm just gonna move these around a bit. Again, I don't think in this first level the layout really matters, but okay, do that. I mean, we already put, you know, the full number of a single species in a tank already, so it's not like this is a big difference. Ranking up will instantly unlock new equipment, decorations, and facilities, and increase the repertoire of animals which are available to research. The more guests you attract, and the more they are willing to pay to enter your aquarium, I wonder if I have to increase the price or if that just scales up. Prestige points. So, from what I understand, these 10 levels are actually decently long put together, so it's not just like, oh yeah, finish these in an hour and then you can actually play the sandbox. Which unlocks a staff door, blocks guests but allows staff through. That makes sense for when you want to make back areas, which eventually is where you'd want to have all your filters and everything, and then have a pipe pumping them into the tanks. The Combi Mini provides combined heating and filtering, saving you space and maintenance, but only suitable for the smallest of tanks. Carelessly strewn driftwood forms the perfect shelter for small cave-loving animals, which means there's probably going to be some animals with that kind of requirement. And the King Demoiselle. Okay. Day 2 at the aquarium. These people are still in here overnight. Okay, so let's start researching the King Demoiselle, which needs 50 ecology points. So gonna need another tank. Let's see how well this combi filter works. Wait. Okay. I was gonna say I already had it unlocked, but I had to wait to unlock it anyway. So yeah, it looks like this has the same filter power and heating capacity as the two combined. It is more expensive than the two of them, but again, it's a convenience thing. Oh, I actually need to expand the floor around that just so they can walk around it. So yeah, the visual style is, you know, you may not dig it, but I think it's a nice kind of look for this kind of game. Okay, let's go down here and... Oop. So this first-person mode is still kind of janky, but this game's still going to be worked on, even though it's not technically early access or anything. It is technically done. But yeah, so like for example, you can just walk through stuff right now. That'll change apparently. But I like the idea of being able to look at species up close. You know, kind of think that all of these sorts of games should have this. I mean, we had them back when games did not look very good up close. But they still let you go down and walk around. Yeah, we don't have anything too exciting right now, just tropical fish. Tropical freshwater fish, I think. Oh, maybe not. I think the demoiselles are all saltwater. But maybe that's not a thing we have to worry about. Alright, so we have the demoiselle unlocked. Don't house him with the bully tag. Well, we don't even have any animals with the bully tag yet. So it doesn't seem like it has any special requirements in terms of what you put in the tank, though. And it is not a shoaling species specifically. So, wow, that's really big. And not necessary for this species, so I won't put it in. So yeah, I hope there's a decent number of these decorations, so it's not just like this, where every tank is the same, like, 4 decorations. And you can see them shoaling there. Except for that one, which is being bold on its own. Alright. Let's put in these demoiselles. I could probably have put them in with the... Well, no, I guess all my other tanks are full. Arabian blue-lined dottyback is a bully. I mean, right now, this kind of looks more like a aquarium store than a actual aquarium. So what do you actually need? It's a bigger fish. Tropical, water quality 55. Yeah, I think I can just... It just means I can put less of them in one, but... Oh, I could also speed it up. Since I'm basically just waiting right now. I want to say that that's something that's also kind of missing from Jurassic World Evolution, but honestly, with all the micromanaging you have to do for like the ranger teams and stuff, I don't think there would be a huge advantage to being able to speed up. So, put these jerks in by themselves. They're just really throwing species at us here. Yellow tang. So unlock the yellow tang, acquire at least 1 yellow tang, meet all requirements of yellow tang. Now what are your requirements, little fella? Requires plants, eats green pellets, and gives you a lot of ecology points. Also is a bigger fish. Higher water quality. Okay, so they need 1 plant per tang you put in. They can't just like stack them up. You can build platforms, walls, stairs. Yeah, so that's if you want to have like a feeding thing behind your tanks so they can drop food in for the big ones. However, these tanks are very short, so we don't need that. Well, money's not a problem right now, but that's kind of good. You wouldn't want that in the first level for it to be a big deal. Okay, so we need a green pellet dispenser, which for convenience I'm going to put next to the tank that needs it. And well, let's put that and see how the quality goes when I actually drop in the tangs. So the water quality is... requires 60%. The water quality is at 67 right now. I actually wanted to see... So, I guess if I put another one in, it would also lower the water quality by 6, because that's its size, which would put the water quality at 61%, if it's at 67 right now, which means I can put 2 of these in one tank. That's what I was trying to figure out. Nope. I guess my calculations were wrong, because now it's at 57%. So what I can do is sell those, put a combination one, and then put another filter there. Black bar soldierfish. So I guess that's all we're gonna do for this first one, is just, here's a new species, here's a new requirement. Dislikes light. Cannot be housed in a tank with tank lights attached. Well, I don't think we have any tank lights unlocked yet. And he requires a cave. Black bar soldierfish are nocturnal, so they like to have a cave to hang out in. When you reach rank 2, you unlock the driftwood cave. They dislike lights. So I guess the sea lettuce does not require lighting specifically to grow. They're a low light plant, kind of like the ones I have in my tank. So we're gonna need these soldierfish. What are their quality requirements? So let's see. Size 4, water quality 55%, so not as demanding. I keep hitting X by accident. I don't know why I'm hitting X to go back. That's the cell shortcut. I mean, you can just hit right-click to go back with this game. So, put a little bit of rocks there. Almost starting to look like a functional aquarium now. And let's put our black bar soldierfish in. I do wonder, do I need 1 cave per fish? Like, I don't know if the caves function like the plants, or if that big log is enough for the 2 of them to hide under. I guess we'll find out if we get a pop-up about it. So now I just need to build benches, which are presumably in this tab, the one that I haven't used yet. Reach a large amount of prestige and maintain it for a period of time. Alright, so it's kind of... Oh, that's why it went down. One of your equipment is broken down. This will cause it to slowly lose effectiveness over time. Okay, where's my staff member? Nope, that's a guest. There she is. Except it selected the guest underneath her instead. I do wish that when you clicked on something, it didn't just stack pop-ups like this. Okay. So... she's just going around feeding everyone. I guess I could hire another person. Prioritize them on fixing. Let's see, his fixing is better than his feeding. So he looks like he will prioritize that. And this is the final challenge for the first level. So yeah, I can see how this would be a game that would gradually ramp up in complexity in terms of managing the various systems without being overwhelming. And quality's going back up. I mean, it doesn't look like there's any other research I can do right now. My prestige is going down a fair bit. I mean, the problem is, I don't really have anything else I can... I could just make more tanks with the same things in them. Put another pellet dispenser over here, so it's closer to these tanks. Put some more of these guys in. So 2 of them doesn't actually max that out. I could put something else in that tank. Like a, King Demoiselle. Let's see what this does with the water quality. Water quality is 56. But yeah, this game definitely needs a little bit of cleaning up from what I've read. Just a little bit of quality of life and fixes and stuff, which the developer is keen to do, so I'm alright with that. What is in this one? I forgot to put a second Dottie back in there. Nope, that is now blocking, so let's move that. Move that over. So yeah, this isn't really a first-person mode right now so much as a free camera. Now, if only I could crouch. I could actually look into these aquariums from the sides. Honestly, these seem like the not ideal height for these aquariums to be at, because you're basically just looking in through the top and not seeing most of what's in there. Okay, so I only need another minute 20 of prestige. Yes, I know there's no filter on that tank right now. Alright, 14 seconds. So yeah, this just seems like the kind of management game that isn't particularly stressful. You can just kind of sit back and chill as you expand out your aquariums. I mean, obviously there's not much to do right here because I'm just waiting for this to finish. Larger aquarium. Alright, let's move on to level 2. Establish your name by refurbishing this old aquarium. You've been tasked with refurbishing this old aquarium. It has several tanks, some decorations, and even a couple of surviving fish. The aquarium has a healthy source of ecology points, but these only unlock new animals. To unlock other things, we'll need science points. It doesn't actually say how to get science points here, it just says what they do. So we've got some actual big aquariums in the walls now, with back staff areas. Well, this tank is alright. That one's empty. So a lot of these are empty. This one doesn't have good enough water quality for the yellow tangs. It does, however, have some kind of new plant in it. Eelgrass. Okay. So that tank's doing alright. This one needs another filter slapped onto it. Power filter. So I'll sell the combined one. Okay, so you can, like, drag connect it if there's more than one tank next to it. And I only need a basic heater, but it looks like we have a better one unlocked as well. The only species we have right now are this Royal Grama and a Zebra Moray eel, which has some new requirements on it. Just these random barrels just sitting in the hallway. Alright, so we got rubble, which is rock +5. Also does some filtering, which makes sense because that is where beneficial bacteria will form in your aquarium, in the substrate. And eelgrass, which is a better plant. We have a mussels dispenser, which I believe was what the eel eats. Okay, so we need a tool station, which I guess I'll just put back here because there's space. We need an aquarist. Claire is a great all-rounder. Okay, so some of these staff have cleaning, which I guess I'm going to need in this level, probably. As a keen motorcyclist, Ulrika knows a thing or two about machines. Doesn't know shit about fish, though. Now let's hire Ela here as our main fish care person. And Claire as our secondary person. Okay, so I think this thing is... yeah. You can't block it like that, because if they need to repair it, then it will be an issue, so I'll just move the filter, or the heater. Alright, so we need some science species. Both of these species we have access to have science. So let's see, the Zebra Moray eel takes between 4 to 9, so I guess this is one of the fish species that will actually grow in size, because I know that's a thing. Needs a water quality of 65%. It needs mussels, it needs cave. May eat or damage crustaceans with size 1 or less. Increases by 1 each day. Will grow to size 9 after 4 days. Okay, so our little eel is gonna get big. And what do these provide? 15. So we can put the eel in there. Let's see, I think I'm gonna need to expand a little bit. Driftwood cave, which provides enough cover. And a mussels dispenser. And let's drop in our Zebra Moray eel. Start small, will grow larger over time. Worth more points, but they will only grow if you fulfill all of their care requirements. Make sure there's enough space in the tank for them to grow into. Alright, so you got all your requirements covered, right? Got the cave, got the mussels. Yeah, I think it should be good for now. I could actually put something else in there since it only has a max size of 9. These grandmas are fairly easygoing. Let's try putting one in there. Alright. So these tanks are all full, right? Except for this one. So we'll make this the grandma tank. And what were the requirements? Just water quality, okay. So they'll be fine. A little eelgrass in the back for them to hang out in. Alright, I think we're ready to open the aquarium. All the tanks at Northwoods are embedded into the walls. Wall tanks. Wall tanks are viewed by guests from one side and accessed by staff via the other. At rank 3, guests expect your equipment to be hidden away and they will complain otherwise. Alright, so we're gonna need to build another wall tank. Flame angelfish or coral grouper. Coral grouper has a lot of requirements. Let's see. Angelfish will damage clams, corals, and gorgonians. Just like conspecifics cannot be housed with flame angelfish. Okay, so you cannot put them with other angelfish. Requires plants, eats green pellets. Not very big. Or the coral grouper, which has even more needs. Cave lover. Can't be housed with other coral groupers. Greedy. Eats a lot, wastes a lot. May eat or damage smaller fish and crustaceans, and it will grow. So that grouper will get pretty big. Let's go with the grouper. Okay, so build this tank with size 3x3, any animal, sufficient water quality, sufficient heating, guests cannot access. And our next science project, let's see, basic pump. So I believe this pump here allows us to move our, filter and heater from a distance, so it doesn't have to be right next to it. So, I suppose there's no reason to pause it. Let's build some walls. And then we will put down a staff. Oop. Just get rid of that one. Floating in the wall in the background. So staff door here. Oh, I think I actually need to not have a section of wall there. Yeah, okay, the door takes up its own slot. Of course, knowing how people work, actually trying to block those doors would not stop people from trying to go through them. Like, people are kind of dumb no matter where they go. There will always be people trying to just go everywhere without paying attention to the signs that say restricted area or don't touch this. Okay, so let's pop a filter down just to keep our little eel friend happy. Look at him peeking in the wrong direction, but that's alright. Okay. So let's get to building this wall tank. So 3x3. Okay, so you also need to... So I should have built the tank first, basically. And already, this person is going to get trapped. It's okay, though. I can pick them up and move them. It's 3x3. And power heater. Actually, probably not necessary. Let's see. Well, I don't have the species unlocked yet, but the requirements are... I guess there's not a specific temperature as long as the tank size is satisfied. So I need a cave, I need fish that are bigger than size 2, and I need mussels. Driftwood cave, and put down some rubble. Okay, so I don't have a filter on this yet. Power filter, and a... oop. Don't need a second one. And a mussel dispenser. Which I should move the wall back for. So I'm glad there doesn't seem to be really much of a limit. Look how big the space around the aquarium is. I could just keep expanding and expanding. Alright. So that area is good. And let's see, put a bench there. Put a bench there. Just benches everywhere. You get tired. Except for this little trap area back here. I think I can probably just wall that off. Alright, so at this point, I just need to wait. I just need to wait until I get enough to unlock my new species. Yeah, it's weird how the tank is the right height here for this window, but the actual water level is not all the way up, so that's kind of odd. So I want to see this eel grow to full size. I didn't actually remember to check if this guy will eat the other fish. No, he only eats crustaceans. Alright. Day 4. So, is he getting larger? He's still only size 4. Okay, it takes 4 days to grow once. Or it'll just... okay, no. So after 4 days, it will grow to size 9. It's not a gradual thing. It'll just kind of mature suddenly. Okay, so set it to speed up now. Just waiting to get enough to unlock my new species. So at day 6, the eel should grow. Well, just about there on our new fish. There we go. Boa grouper has a couple of care requirements. Yeah, I know, I already went through them. They eat more and they shit more. They dislike conspecifics. And they may eat fish and crustaceans, which are smaller. Except we don't have any crustaceans right now, so... So now we have all this species that I had before. I guess that was added after I did the first step. The next stage of the aquarium's expansion is down to you. You'll need to fund the expansion using ticket sales, keep an eye on your cash flow, accessible by clicking on your current funds. Okay, so at this point, I guess I'm just kind of playing the game, as it were. And there's the eel at full size. So it's not like a super advanced fish tank simulation of individual tanks. You're not going to see fish doing that much, but, you know, as an aquarium sim, I think this is pretty cool. A little abstract with the art style and the fact that our aquarium is located in the void, but yeah, I'm digging this. And I look forward to seeing how some of the more advanced species and larger tanks work. And I might like to actually revisit this. Maybe just do like a little bit of a sandbox run or something, and once I've gone through these missions. But yeah, I think Shade builds an aquarium isn't a terrible idea, as far as videos go. Then again, that might just be me talking for myself because, you know, I like marine species. Alright, so I don't know if we're gonna... Okay, so I actually do need to hit... It's not a... like, you're gaining prestige, it's that I need a 160 prestige at once. It's not like you're pooling prestige to spend it. Which means I would have to expand a fair bit more, I think, to get that to go up. The walls are weird, but I guess they just kind of go down to half size when they're potentially blocking something, so there isn't actually like a half wall between those two doors. I don't know what's up with the barrels, though. I don't have any other, like, guest items to put out. Anyhow, I think that's a good look at Megaquarium for the moment. This just came out today, and it is, I believe it's 25 bucks on Steam, possibly 20. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool, and as a management game, I think I will enjoy building aquariums. And I look forward to seeing what the dev adds and works on, because they have said they're going to continue doing that. So, there is a future for this game. But it's already off to a good start. I've been Shadefire, this is Megaquarium, and I hope you'll join me for future marine building adventures. Until then, take care everyone.